Hey everybody, I am revisiting this PT-RW330 Panasonic laser projector. This was one that I picked up because I thought I could get an old one fixed, but of course I took it out of the box and that was stuck to it, and sure enough the picture is very purple. What seems to cause that is a bad laser source. So I recently partnered up with a company out of Taiwan who sells replacement laser sources. I'll have some of their info down in the description, I believe. Oxopo, I think I'm pronouncing that right. They have a division that does projector lamps as well. But, being smart, they're looking at the future and the different repair items that we are going to need in the future, like laser sources. So the laser source in here, boy, I hope it's the right one, because between you and me, I'm looking at it and remembering what was in here. I don't think this is right. But let's open it up and see what is inside, because I remember the UV source and this being like an array, not a single. Yeah, so this is just, I think this is a total waste of my time. I mean, it's a good UV source, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's the right one for this. I'm going to actually put it back in this little color wheel looking bag for now. And let's go ahead and open this up and see if that's definitely the case where they sent me the incorrect laser source. They sent that to me for free so that we could do this repair and I can get them a little bit of attention, some ads, so that people have a source to find, UV sources for, because that's going to be a real common thing in the future. Projectors aren't going to have replacement lamp assemblies, they're going to have replacement laser sources. There we go. That one will go there. But if you don't have one, all you really need is a Torx or a flathead, and you can look up how to do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to find that this is not the right UV source. But that just means I need to contact them and get the right one. Then talk to them about their data so we can make sure that their data is good. Alright, I think that will do it for the top. Let's see. No, I'm missing. Oh, right. Then there's a couple right here. So let's get an extension. I'll use my wobbly extension. Let's see, will that fit? Yep, that one's loose, and there's that other one that fell out. Is it not there? Okay. Anyway, that's good. Let's pop that off. At least it's not as dusty as the other one. The laser source is here. That thing. So this side has to come off, and we got to get to that. Okay. Let's see, will this come off now? I got a couple screws here. Yeah. Pretty sure that front has to come off too, so that I can oops, get the plastic to let go. Let's see. Yeah, like that. And then there's a screw here. And that should be all the screws for this side. Let me unplug that keyboard wire. Let's see, will this... Or is there one in the middle? Oh yeah. And there's our keyboard. But this is what we have to get out. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Take the heatsink off. Yeah, let's try that first. Let's see if... So I can see the lathes. That's this flat flex here. That's power to it. Now let me unplug the wire. Come on. There we go. I don't think these have to come out. Personally, I think they stay. Let's see. Oh, pardon me. Let's see if this... There we go. So let's take the heatsink out. Where'd it go? Dang it. Alright, there's the back of the heat sink with the heat pipes. Go over to a fan. Let's see if I can find that screw that I dropped. I'll dump it out. So this is the laser source. This thing here. These are only tightenable, which is weird. If that releases anything, it doesn't feel like it. two top screws back in. They don't come out. So these have one of those annoying, or a pair of those annoying one-way screws. That's a temperature sensor. So they go in here. These are all UV LEDs. In fact, let me get my meter, we'll check them. So there's, make sure you guys can see the meter. So we're going to do diode test. So I'm pretty sure, nope, 0.13. See, this is what I'm expecting to see on a good diode, about that. Yeah, see, that seems low. Doesn't seem very diode-y. It seems very short-circuity. So put a mark above that one. Because what will happen is one will short out, and then it puts too much current to the other ones, and we get stuff like that. So this one's bad. So two of them are bad. And the last one I worked on was the same way, like some of them are bad. So this is what we should see something like this on the good ones. So that one's probably bad. Yeah. That one's bad, and I'll wonder if the one above it's going to be any good. Yeah, that one's alright. Not sure. Questionable, so I'm going to mark it. Let's just keep going. Good. Probably good. Probably good. Probably good. Probably good. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Maybe we'll luck out, and here we are. And just this side will be bad, and I can use those parts to fix it. But let's just keep checking. Let's go to this array, because there's three circuits here, basically. Channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. So it seems like the first channel is bad. Pretty bad. And up. So this one seems bad too. Yeah, I think we have, well, let's see. Okay, so this one is no good, and was it this one at the top? No, this one. Yeah, this one's questionable. The rest seem fine. So maybe what we can do is we can take like that one and put it here and here, and then replace that whole side with the diodes from here. Let's see. Let's see how these test. Yeah, so they are testing the way I expect them to. No, they're lighting up too. Not bad. So that is how they check. And we have 8 in here. I don't know if they're going to push out or what. Let's see if one pushes out. Nope. Okay. So that might be SOL on this one. I might have to find little standalone UV diodes. So I'm going to have to talk to the vendor and see what they want to do about that. But let's see about getting this out. Okay, so these fasteners are really stupid. They're one-way fasteners, you know. But if you get a big old honking pair of pliers and crack them loose like that, then you can get your flathead and back those out and not have to Dremel anything. I'll probably throw those out. Alright, so they're out. There we are. There you go. That's the UV source right there. So I'm going to send a picture of this to the vendor and see what they can tell me. And then I'll be back. And we're back. So I know when I stopped at the last bit, the laser source I wanted to use, this really nice looking one right here from these guys from Oxopo, OXOPO. These guys have this laser source for sale right now, which actually will work in a lot of different projectors, but just not this one, unfortunately. We will be doing a projector that uses this one as soon as I find somebody that needs the work done. So we'll go back to that source at some point. But for now, we're going to give a big thanks to Time Electronics. Time Electronics provided this to me for free. They sent this to me on their own dime as kind of a thank you, I guess. I do send parts work their way, but they're just a really great company, and the rep there, her name's Crystal, she's fantastic. I think she was actually part and parcel to this happening. This is not a cheap laser source. It's an expensive laser source. This thing is, oh boy, what are these? I think these are $350, $400. They're not cheap. And not hard to find, but they're not easy to find. And the projector itself, I mean, it's not junky or anything, but, you know, it's a 720p, slightly older laser projector. So I really wanted to get it running, so I was talking to Crystal at Time, and she talked to the management, and they said, we will gift you one. And they didn't ask for any, you know, any shout-outs or advertisement, but I'm going to put the email address down in the description. If you need any laser sources, if you need color wheels, if you need DMDs, if you need anything projector related, or even possibly not even projector related, they've helped me get transistors for things and chips for things. Fantastic company. So check that email address down there and give them a shout if you need any projector parts. Obviously there's no lamp for this, so I'm not going to have a link to the lamp, but if you do need lamps, I will have a link down there for other Panasonic lamps. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to install this thing. It goes into here. We have the heat pipe. We're going to clean that silicone paste off and put new stuff on before we mount this up. Alright, so it really just sits right in here. You can see where it's keyed. See, that just sits right in there. Now in theory I could really just bolt this back on after I put those screws in, but I want to clean this off. I don't want to put this on with the old silicone. Lithium, not silicone. There's no silicone. This is lithium. Getting my materials mixed up. Got to get the lithium paste off here, and then we'll put new paste on. So to get that old paste off, we'll just get some. We'll get some 99% ISO. Just start wiping it off. Now, this stuff could probably be reused. There's probably nothing really wrong with it. It does still feel pasty. I know, and you guys probably have run into this when lithium paste, not silicone, when lithium paste gets old, it kind of dries out and gets crumbly. This still feels pretty good. And remember, the job of the lithium paste is not really to, how do I put this? Its job is to help with heat transfer, but what the mechanism is that it fills in any microscopic irregularities between the two surfaces. Oh, I didn't even have that in frame, did I? So you can see how that cleaned off. The way the mechanism, the interface between the two surfaces, the way the lithium grease works is it fills in any irregularities. Like you can kind of see, it's got like a, a texture to it from the milling, and of course that has a little bit of texture to it from the milling. So if we were to just slap those together, yeah, it would work. It would move some heat. But the spots where the metal is pitted, from the machining, it won't be a good mating surface. So the lithium paste gives a smooth, direct interface between those surfaces. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use some knockoff Arctic Silver, and a very little bit. Actually, I hope there's enough in this. You don't need much. Oop, I just ran out. That might be a problem. Hopefully there's enough on here. Alright, so now let's, what can I use to spread that out? Let me get a little scraper thing. Alright, so let's see if we have enough. Oh yeah, that actually should be alright. Just when it was coming out of the syringe, it looked like there was a lot less coming out. And remember, what we're trying to do here is fill in any of the gaps in the metal that will prevent these from making a good connection. In fact, I'm gonna just use my finger, my gloves on, to smear this out. Oh yeah. But you don't want too much. If there's too much, it'll cause there to be a gap or like a space between. You don't want that. And now I'm just tapping it with my finger to kind of get it ready to mate against the source there. Yeah, that's actually a good amount. We did, lucked out. I had just enough in that little syringe. That was my last of the knockoff Arctic Silver too. I do have some white lithium paste grease, but we're not gonna use that on here. I try to use this stuff when I can. Alright, let me just get that rest of that off my fingers so I don't get it on the glass or somewhere it shouldn't be. Alright, like that. The alcohol right there. Now we can put this on here. First things are the corner screws. Now I'm actually going to have to use two different screws because they use these one way out, one way in. You know, those security screws so you can only go in. Earlier in the video I had to kind of take them out with the hand driver, and I got rid of those. I'm not reusing those. So I'm going to need to put some 4mm screws in there. I have two of these guys. These are in my screw bin. They're almost identical to the ones that came out. They have one less washer, but the head size is the same, which is really all that matters. I don't want the heads to be too wide and get in the way of that going back on. So they're in. Tighten these down. Feels good. Alright, now this goes on. Does that go? I forget if that went under there. I think that actually went here. So oh, I put it in upside down. My bad. I was just looking, I was like, I don't remember that wire being on top. And then I look and the connector's right there, and yeah, that's not going to, that wire's not going to go where it needs to be. Oops. It happens. Come on. There we go. Alright, so this goes here. Yeah, much better. This is going to fold over and go there. But let's get these screws in. And these new screws I'm putting in are slightly shorter, but they will do the job just fine. And then in the future, if anybody ever has to take that source out, they won't have to fight with one-way screws. Alright, good, good, good. Alright, so we got that plugged in. Push that down, looks good. Alright. That will not be in the way, so now we can put this on. So I'm sliding it down into the fan area, and now I'm going to line it up. There it is. That's on. Now I'm going to hold that while I get a screw started, and I'm going to put it down here because that feels like it has the most stress for pushing it back. So if I get this one snug, yeah, there we go. And this one. Good. Oh, I forgot to put the temperature sensor. Let's put that in. There we go. Alright, I'm actually going to pop these off and just kind of look and see how everything's sat. Because, I don't know, it felt kind of weird going on. Not wrong, but just kind of weird. So I just want to make sure that heatsink paste spread out the way I expected it to. And then that there's these little tabs. They might need to be folded in. I just want to take a look at how this all... Come on. There we go. One of the pins didn't want to come out. Okay, yeah, that actually sat down okay. And this does not fold in. No, that does not fold in. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything else needs to go in there, so yeah, I was alright. I could have left that on. So I'll put this back on. And I will re-tighten those down. Let's put this one on. And then this one. Alright, good. And then we'll fire it up, see what it looks like, and if we're happy, we'll button it up. So, there's the control panel, the keyboard. Plug that in. I'll just kind of set this here. And grab power cord. Don't think there's any... Well, there's that switch. Let's see if there's something I can... Okay, we'll try that. And see if we get standby. We should have a standby light. Why do I not see a standby light? Oh, there is none. Alright, let's see. Power's coming up. Phosphor wheel fired. Hey! I don't know if you guys can make that out, but that's actually a very clear, not purple. There we go. Not purple picture. That looks great. Alright, let's shut her back down. And we'll put it back together. As we saw, that looked really good. So before we actually put it back together the rest of the way, I need to reassemble the shroud. It goes over here. We almost forgot that. This piece here has to go back in. And once this is in, then we can finish reassembly and get this moving, because I have some ideas about this projector. I'm not sure where it's going to go after this, because it is mine, but I don't really have a use for it. They're very bright. It will display, it'll downscale a 1080 image to 720. This is I forget the exact resolution. I'll put it up on the screen, but it's not native 1080. But I will say most of the 720p projectors will display 1080 pretty well. You know, as a outdoor projector, something like that, it would be good. So maybe I'll do something like that with it. Find a new home for it. It can be an outdoor projector, or if you know, somebody needs one for a conference room, something like that. All right, so that's back on. Now we need to put the front back on. And the front snaps in, and then it has some screws, and then we got the side screws. Now the side goes in first because of the lip, and then the front, and then the top. Let's put the screw in. Oh. All the outside screws are Torx. Forgot about that. Alright, so we need a T10, a security T10. Right, those go in after the top is on. Alright, I like it. Looks good. Gotta put these guys in. One thing I'll always give Panasonic is that their construction methods are always very good. They really know how to build stuff. Okay, that's good. So now, just give the back a once over. I think we're good. I think we can put the cover on. I have 5 black screws. Do they go in here or in the back? I mean, it's been a... Oh, they go in the front. I'll show you. 2 front screws. I put them in already. It's hard to do with the camera. But there's one. You guys really can't see it, but down there, down at the bottom, there's one. And then on the other side... Oh, nope, you can't see it. Down here. There's another one. So those 2 have to go in. And I think that will do it. I think we can set the top on now. Oh no, we got a couple that go in here. There's one that goes down there and one that goes down there. So let's get those in. Wow, the rain just totally opened up. Alright, 1. Two. We have a third one. Where does the third one go? Let's see, any more spots in the front that I missed? No. No. Oh, yep. One more down here. I mean, it's only been, you know, 2 or 3 months since I've taken this apart, so I should remember that, right? Okay, so this just literally drops on, which is nice. Like that. Now, I'll admit, I'm actually kind of doing this the wrong way to a degree. I really should be finding the threads. Let's see how hard that is. It's actually not too bad. Alright. These security torques sometimes it's a little hard to feel when it drops into the thread. But I'll try. Now, granted, I'm not going to really ruin the threads on this projector, because this is, you know, the second time those have been put in, you know, when it was built and then now, so I'm sure it's fine. Here, and we're gonna have 2 screws left over from the inside. It's going to be 2. Oops, come on. It's going to be 2 of these. See the head on that? That's that one-way screw. They're a pain. I mean, I just grab them with pliers and spin them out. But those are not going back in. I already replaced them with normal Phillips. Okay. Alright, so those are in. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 2 on the bottom that have to here and here. I don't know if this is gonna. Yeah, you know what? I'm making an executive decision. Alright, screws are all in. There's the label that used to be on the bottom when I bought it, and the guy told me everything worked fine. Of course, it had that on the bottom. My awesome handwriting. There we go. Alright, so it is okay. Let's try it out. I have it all set up here. You can see the standby lights on it. Let's power it up and turn the lights off. Phosphor wheel fired, I heard it. Hey. Very bright and not remotely on the screen. Let's shift that lens up and over. Let's get our focus. There we go. And now input signal, computer. I don't think that's right. I think. There we are. That's what we need, HDMI. And now it probably, hey, there we go. Can I get that up a little higher? Not really. So real quick, going to do a quick commercial here for Circuit Secrets YouTube channel. I found this guy's channel the other day, and he has some amazing content. He's actually putting a DDS VFO that he made in another video into an older CB radio. If you're into RF stuff, CB stuff, programming, chat GPT, anything electronic, I mean, this guy really gets into the nitty-gritty. I have an old, I dabble in CB stuff too. I'm hoping to get my ham license in a few months. But he breaks it down in a way that everything makes sense. I had a few radios I was working on, and his videos just filled in little pieces. I had questions, and his videos explained it before I even had was able to ask. So check out Circuit Secrets. I'm going to put a link down in the description. And he's got a little over 1,000 subs. Definitely, if he keeps doing content, it's going to blow up because his channel has great info. So anyway, let's now look at this projector. The video looks good. Let's go into the menu and let's see. This one? No. What do we want? Display? No, it's the language. This is what I'm looking for. So we need this one. So we're going to do front, floor. Come on. There we go. So this way we can look at all the menu settings. We have our test pattern. There's white, which you guys can kind of see a little bit of the rolling from the phosphor wheel. More color bars, more color bars. That's for setting it up on your screen, and then that's to just kind of make you go nutty. Anyway. There we go. Let's see if it goes back to HDMI. There we are. Alright. What else do we have in the advanced? Digital cinema reality. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but it's kind of cool. But we're going to let this run. Oh, actually, I want to see how many hours we had on this. Let's see. Projector setup, maybe? Service status? Hey, there we go. Well, that's some of it. That tells me what the temperatures are inside, and that's actually really good. I'm happy about that. I don't know if I have this. Nope, I don't. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let this video run, and I'm pretty sure it's fine. I'm debating what to do with this projector. So once I think about what I'm going to do with this thing, I'll let y'all know. I'm going to let this run a little more. Looks really good. Now this is just a landscape video. I'll just let these run. The Circuit Secrets video ran. It's only 10 minutes, so you know. So I want to run this one for about an hour. I'm going to let it run here, and as long as it gets through that, we're good to go. So that'll do it. That's how to replace the laser source in a Panasonic PT-RW330 WXGA. If you happen to need a laser source for one of these, go ahead and check the description there. I'll have an email address for Time Electronics, who supplied me with that source. They're not super cheap, but Time will give you the best possible price they can. They are wonderful for that, and they ship DHL, they take PayPal, so everybody's protected and everything works good. I've been dealing with them for, I don't know, 6 years now, 5 years, something like that. Very happy every time. They're fantastic. So I'd like to thank Time for sponsoring this video. They went above and beyond. I didn't even ask, they offered. So thanks, Crystal. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. Please thank your supervisors, managers, anybody who was involved in that. I thank them very much. Thank you, unnamed people who I don't know. And thank you, unnamed people who are watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you find this content interesting, or, you know, just like hearing me talk, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Helps me out a bunch. And if you like this video or found it remotely interesting, please hit that like button over there. That also helps me out. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But most importantly, as always, thank you for watching.